Okay, so if you remember what we saw from yesterday, a little collapse at the top. Remember how your arms collapsed in here a little bit, and the first reaction that we had to do was straighten them back out, which leads to a little over the top motion that we saw. So let's take a look, see what we've got today. Setting up pretty good there, Kevin. Going back, great. Getting that little over the red line move is what we see with a lot of the pros. Toe of the club pointing up. Not too bad. Again, we've got to realize we've got a drive in your hand. Yesterday we had an 8-iron, so typically you're going to see that club go a little further. This is closer. You see that? Still just a fraction over. See, it's just a little over that red line.
A little down.
Yeah, you've got it from this position here. See how your hands get out here a little bit?
Okay.
You want to try and feel like your hands are coming closer to your right thigh and feel like we're hitting out away from us a little bit. So from here, rather than your hands drifting out, try and feel the hands coming straight down. Okay, it's better, and that's why you're going to be able to kind of control your hits, a little fade or a little bit of a draw versus huge slices. You're going to get them every now and then, unfortunately, you know. But that's getting closer to that red line, and that's what we want to find. Right shoulder below the left, pretty good bull position there.
Stance is okay?
Yeah, I wouldn't go any wider than that.
Okay. I used to go a lot wider.
Yeah, it restricts. If you go too wide, it restricts the turn.
I just thought the driver's stance was my initial stance was.
Oh really? Keep it underneath, kind of like the shoulder. As a general rule of thumb to go by, keep that stance width underneath your shoulders. Not too bad. We had that left arm really collapsing. You can still do with just a little bit more extension, just creating some width.
And one of your partners says I'm rolling a little bit on this foot.
Yeah, to the outside.
Says I can try and keep that flatter.
Yeah, well, you're going to see when you come through, we are a little slower than what we typically see the pros, which is normal. Okay, we're not going to be as dynamic as the pros, but at impact, you will see your hips slightly squarer than we would like. We want to see the hips open. So if you see here, if a lot of the weight's going to the outside, we're not in a good position to push off.
Okay.
If I've got the weight on the inside portion of my right foot, now I can drive off that right side. Good. Hands winning the race there, Kevin. That's great. With that, you're going to get a lot of power. Okay. See how you're still flat-footed?
Yeah.
So that's where they're saying if you can keep that weight on the inside portion of your right foot, it gives you a little head start with that weight shift going forward and that footwork. Go ahead. You want to feel like that right knee is driving through. That's going to help you roll. If you're hanging back on the right side, it's very hard for that right forearm to rotate over the left. Okay. So a couple of things looking better. A couple of things you want to continue working on. Letting your hands drop straight down rather than drifting out as you come through or as you come down, okay, and then feel like you are pushing off that right foot and opening up those hips a little earlier, so just getting a little bit more dynamic with your lower body as you come through, okay, so just getting swing plane a little flatter and getting the hips working.